Welcome, my exhausted friend. Today we are tapping on radical rest. Radical rest, as opposed to just regular rest, is rest that comes before work. So in our society here in the West, we've been conditioned to believe that our productivity is a sign, or really a measure, of our worth. But what it comes down to is you are only at your highest potential when you're rested. And so when you can feel that inner sense of calm, of being in your power, then you can make decisions and choices that really come from your overflow, from the energy that you know is coming from choice, from making these decisions that are in alignment with what you want for yourself rather than coming from desperation. And so one of the really important things to know is that here we've been conditioned to believe that we are workers, that we are meant to work, and that's the point of our lives. Think about the questions that we ask kids early on. We ask them, what do you want to be when you grow up? Instead of how do you want to show up? What do you want to feel like? We ask kids what they want to do, what kind of work they want to engage in, as if that were some measure of their worth, of their capacity to show up in this life. So this tapping session today, we are going to release any guilt and shame you may feel about needing rest, because rest needs to be our foundation for our wellness rather than something that is a reward for work. So this idea, again, that our productivity is a measure of our worth, this is something that's been in our society for around 250 years, because this is a tenet of slavery. The idea that you are worthy because of what you produce, what you contribute, what you do, is false. That is not a measure of your worth. It is just another way that people here in the West have been conditioned and brainwashed to believe that our work is our highest potential, but rather us rested is our true highest potential. So thinking about all of that now, and maybe noticing any feelings that have come up for you since I began talking, sharing with you, noticing where those are in your body, that feeling of I don't deserve to rest, or that I need to rest before I can work. Noticing that feeling in your body right now. And we're going to start gently tapping on the side of the hand as you start to tune into the feelings in your body about rest, about working, about taking time off for yourself before you work, about filling your cup first and then letting the overflow empower whatever else you need to do, you want to do, the decisions that you make. So letting that overflow come as inspired action rather than desperation. So noticing that feeling in your body, and then repeating these thoughts aloud or to yourself as you tap along with me. Even though the world wants me busy, because I'm easier to manipulate that way, I know that I deserve rest. And I'm open to loving myself right now. Even though the world wants me exhausted so that I can stay in this lack mentality and keep needing someone else's permission to feel good, I deeply and completely love and accept myself anyway. So even though the world wants me tired, the world wants me busy, I know that that's not my highest potential. And I'm giving myself compassion as I'm changing how I am. I'm offering myself love as I deprogram my sense of worth from my productivity. And I deeply and completely accept myself as I am. Crown of the head. This is me releasing shame. Beginning of the eyebrows. This is me releasing guilt. Side of the eye. This is me releasing the idea that I need to work before I can rest. Underneath the eyes. I'm at my highest potential when I am resting. underneath the ears, and I know I deserve rest now. Underneath the nose, I know I'm worthy of rest now. Underneath the lip, I'm safe to rest now. Collarbone points, this is me choosing rest. Underneath the arm, even though I am exhausted and my mind keeps spinning. Liver points, I know I deserve rest now. Wrist together, this is me choosing rest. Crown of the head, this is me knowing that I'm worthy now. Beginning of the eyebrows, this is me knowing that I am enough now. Side of the eye, I am enough always. Underneath the eyes, I'm choosing rest now. Underneath the ears, capitalism wants my body to be a machine. I am not a machine. Underneath the nose, I'm a magical and divine human being. Underneath the lip, and I have the right to resist grind culture. Collarbone points, I am choosing rest now. Underneath the arm, I deserve rest now. Liver points, I'm choosing to take this time for me right now. Wrists together, I'm exactly where I need to be. There's nowhere else I need to go. There's nothing else I need to do. Sides of the hands together, I deserve rest now. Because even though the world wants me tired, because I'm easier to manipulate that way, I know that that world is not for me. And I'm choosing myself right now. Because even though the world wants me exhausted, wants me busy, I know that that way is not for me. And I love and accept myself as I am. I'm deprogramming my sense of worth from my productivity. And this is a slow journey, but I get to love it right now. I get to luxuriate in the process, and I'm choosing rest right now. All right, release your hands, close your eyes for a moment, or gazing gently out in front of you, maybe taking the hands on the heart if that feels okay, and breathing into your body, feeling what it feels like to be here right now. As you slowly start to deprogram your sense of worth from your productivity, breathing in through the nose, letting out a sigh of relief out through the mouth. This is a slow journey. This is deconditioning, deprogramming yourself from the idea that work comes first, or rather rest comes first. Allowing rest to be your foundation, something that fuels whatever you want to create with this life, this one precious life that you have as you, letting that come from a place of rest, where you can take inspired action rather than that coming from a place of desperation. Letting your rested self begin to dream about what could be, instead of catastrophizing about the future and what has to happen. Letting your body find that true radical rest and loving it all as it is. Let's take one more breath together, breathing in through the nose, sigh of relief out through the mouth, and then release your hands, gently blink your eyes open. How are you feeling? I introduced some radical statements in this tapping session, and I want you to know that if this is your first time, or maybe your first few times engaging with the idea of rest as resistance to grind culture, to the notion of deprogramming your sense of worth from your productivity, know that you are not alone, and this process takes time because we've been ingrained to believe that we are workers first and anything else is just a reward. Rest is not a reward. Rest is your highest potential. And I'm eager to keep tapping with you, to hold space for you if you'd like to go deeper. I have a community online called Energy Mastery Club where we work to release any kinds of nervous system dysregulation that keeps you feeling unlike yourself, and the idea that we need to work before we can rest can really keep us in a state of dysregulation. So if you want to keep tapping with me in my community, I'd love to invite you to come join us. My links are here in the caption below, and so I would love to offer you a session. Come join us, come tap with us together in our community. I have 3 sessions right now, and that of course will change with the future, but right now all my classes and their times are here in the description below. So please join us and keep going, keep tapping, keep knowing that you are worthy of rest now, not in the future. And if you want to deepen this understanding, I highly recommend Tricia Hersey, the founder of the Nap Ministries book, Rest is Resistance. Some of the statements that I offered today are from this book and from her work. I love this community that she's created, the work that she's contributing to the world of really allowing more people to come to their own place of understanding themselves and their worth as inherent and not as something that comes from any kind of other work that we are so that we've been trained to believe in the West here, especially in the US. So come join us, come tap with me, read this book, Rest is Resistance, a manifesto, and hopefully I'll see you very soon. Bye, friends.